Hey everybody, this is James Pelton and I am here. It's supposed to be an AMA, but I actually have not heard back from the Sphynx team. So that's never a good sign. But since we had it scheduled, I still would kind of like to look over the project a little bit. And maybe I'll just give you kind of like my initial thoughts since I don't have the team here to ask the questions to. I'll just kind of give you like my thoughts as I look through it. And feel free to ask me questions. So this would be a great time just to do a little QA with me also. If there's projects that you want to get my thoughts on, happy to give those. If you wouldn't mind giving the video a like, I always appreciate that. Again, that tells the YouTube algorithm that this is an important video and that many people want to see it. So do that. And if you wouldn't mind just commenting, maybe I'm gonna do something different. Usually I say comment where you're watching from. Comment how you heard about either me or comment how you heard about this this live in particular. Okay, so go ahead and comment that in the comments below. Let's see. Someone's saying me check my messages on Twitter. Oh, did I get a message from Sphynx on Twitter or from someone else? I have a lot of Twitter DMs. This is not always the best way to get in touch with me. I have many, like 120 a day or so. James, please check the message on your Twitter. Do you, who's it from, Elias? Again, sometimes one hard thing about Twitter too is I can't remember if I get a message from like a name that isn't the name of the project, then I can't keep it straight. There's not a good way to search your Twitter DMs. Eliasp? Does this have to do with Sphynx or is it about something else? I do not see any Twitter messages from an Eliasp. Oh, I see it. Okay. Well, welcome. So Ilias is from the Sphynx team. So this is awesome. Ilias, do you want to hop into the live and answer questions or you want me to just walk through the project? I sent you a link in the Twitter DMs. Yes, please. Okay, so we'll bring on, if that's all right with you, is it Ilias or Elias? I'm very bad at pronouncing names. It's like probably one of my biggest weaknesses, which isn't necessarily good as a YouTuber because I have to pronounce a lot of names. But I think it's Elias because I've heard that name before. I've never heard Ilias. Elias, I sent you a link in Twitter DMs. So yeah, if you're part of the team, then please. They said they're not able to get a hold of Lonzo, who's supposed to jump on this AMA. Well, that is just a bummer. Elias, do you want to hop on or do you want me to just talk through the project? We can just turn it into a hangout session always. Also, I know a lot of times in these AMAs, people start asking random questions that have nothing to do with the project, and it's a little bit awkward. So this is your chance. Feel free to ask about other things, and I will be happy to talk about whatever. But let me see if Elias wants to come on. Sometimes it's a little intimidating for people just hopping on to a live stream with no preparation or anything like that. Sphynx, wasting the king's time. No, it's all right. It's actually kind of a good hangout time. So that's totally fine. We can totally reschedule with them. What is the best node project you are in? If yield nodes counts as a node project, then yield nodes is probably my favorite node project right now. So again, I'll just show you guys that for those who aren't familiar. It's not really a node project, but it's just the way that so many other projects, go up and down. I've lost money and I've made money. Yield nodes just seems to be the most consistent for me. After that, like some of them that are transitioning out of nodes, like Comb Financial. I really like Comb Financial. They're kind of moving out of nodes and more into just traditional. So yield nodes makes its revenue from master noding, which is kind of like mining in a way. Comb makes their returns now through yield farming. So I mean that is traditional DeFi. We've kind of gotten away from traditional DeFi. Traditional DeFi was basically yield farming, is how you make your funds. And we've kind of gotten away from that. We turned to this new sector of nodes where there actually was no revenue stream. It just was magic returns, which went well for a while, but not forever. Alpha Shares is another one where they are going to be making revenue. They're building a pretty cool marketplace. So that would be another one. Polar Nodes is actually, they're changing their name to Polar Financial because they're getting out of nodes also. Actually, I just had an AMA with them this morning, and I'm going to be, I'll release that here before too long. But I don't want to give away things they said to wait until I get the video out. But they've got some really cool things coming. So they've been one of my top earners for a while. So it's very cool to see them also. What are your predictions for Stronger? So let me check where they're at right now. They've put themselves in a bit of a hole because of just how many tokens there are. I think in the long run, down 8% today, really? I think in the long run they'll probably be okay. I don't know that they would be one that I would want to get into right now, personally. Plus, I already have 33 strong nodes, so it's I'm already heavily invested. So it's I don't really want to put in a lot more. Jonathan's one of my best supporters. I will for sure say that. Please take another look at Web3. Okay, I will do that. I did have them on for an AMA, and I have not really looked at them since then. So thank you, Jonathan. I will. I have a marker board over here of projects to look at, but I will add Web3 to that list. Just so you guys know, the other things that I'm looking at. I'm looking at this cotpcs.com. I don't know if any of you have heard of this. Again, these are ones I have not fully looked at yet, so I'm not recommending these. They're just what I'm looking at right now. But this is a trading bot that apparently people are having really good results with. So I'm taking a look at that. I don't know if anybody's heard of that. The other one I have is this refinery pipeline. Have any of you heard of this one? But this is another one. It's kind of like Drip, but it's 1.2%, I believe, a day. So this is another one that I've been looking at. Another one is C4W. And I actually heard about this one from the calculator guy. Go for winners, but I'm looking at this as well. So these are kind of what are on my list right now of things I'm looking at. My salary goes to Sphynx Labs. This project is still a diamond in the rough. Yeah, I'm kind of debating if I should talk about it or if I should try to reschedule this AMA. I did look through it a bit, but this is the let's see, where's their team at? Are they on this page? But I was going to have the AMA with Lonzo, but yeah, couldn't get a hold of him. I think time zone has a lot to do with that. But yeah, maybe I'll wait to talk with them. Maybe we'll do another video with them. And then Illuvium, I do have an AMA with them that I should release tomorrow. So it's been on the docket to release, and they just have, that one's not as time sensitive of some other ones. So I've just been slow about getting that one out. But my Illuvium AMA should be out soon. And there's a chance, actually, I might be partnering with Illuvium a little bit more. Too. So I really love Illuvium. For those of you who don't know, it is going to be the first AAA game. Okay, so it's the first game that's going to be able to compete with normal games, but it's on the blockchain and it's play to earn. It's going to be very cool. Realistic all-time high for Sphynx. You know what? I don't know. I think I'm going to hold off. I'm sorry if you were here for the Sphynx AMA. We had some scheduling issues. So we're actually, oh, you're going to be able to see this. Okay. Yeah, they're not able to come right now. So we'll reschedule with Sphynx, and we'll talk about them at another time. So we're just going to turn this into a quick hangout, Q&A, and then we'll reschedule for the Sphynx. Let's see. Love the retire with 10K video you posted today. I'm tweaking the spreadsheet to start with 1K. Yes, I did that because I just wanted to kind of help people. So if you haven't seen this video, Yeah, I did a video today on like what I would do with 10K to retire. So let's see if I can find it. You would think it would pop up on my like top videos, but I have to actually go to my studio to find it. So here's this one. So yeah, if you haven't checked out this video, I'll leave a link to this. But yeah, basically I have a spreadsheet where I kind of like, what I try to do is I take riskier projects and I take out some of the return each day and I put them in safer things. So that's kind of what I do with that. What do I think of Artemis X? So I really liked the so I'm here's my honest opinion. I'm a little tired of the auto staking tokens. Okay, like there's so many of them, and it's kind of getting hard for me to even keep track which ones are which. But I liked that they're doing some of the rewards in BUSD, and then I really liked that they have this rocket fuel thing. So this is like baked beans is another project. These minor projects that I don't necessarily like them either because the returns are too high, but they're combining both of them together, and then they're doing a move to earn aspect to it too, which if you don't know what move to earn is, basically it's like you wear a device or something. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it, but you wear a device or something like that that gives you returns, gives you coins based on moving. So for example, I have this ab machine where you put your phone in it, and as you move, there might be some like move to earn aspects where like if you work out a certain amount, you get a certain amount of coins or something. So I really like that because I like people to be healthy. You know, I work out a little bit from time to time. So yes, I like that. I got brainwashed yesterday, plus 27% after the AMA on Artemis X. Yeah, and you know it's tough because sometimes the AMAs artificially inflate the price. So sometimes I have a hard time with that. You know, people buy in because they watch the AMA. So, but I do like the team, and they were really nice guys. I really like when I talk to a team and they're nice. That's like a huge, huge win for me. So, and thank you for everybody who joined into Artemis X yesterday. Okay, Venetius says he can jump in if I want. Lonzo had a big personal issue. Yeah, no, that's no problem. If you'd like to, maybe I can. Well, here, I'm just going to post this. I'll just post it here. But no one come hop on the stream except for Venetius. But yeah, hop in. Okay, so Loctus has done COTPS. I've heard a lot of good things about it. It just doesn't seem that legit to me. So, James, stop promoting Ponzi's. Never. I will always promote Ponzi's. I don't know what you're referring to in particular. And you also have to define Ponzi's, okay? You definitely have to define that. Yes, move to earn with Artemis X will be big. Vinny is Sphynx Labs CMO. Okay, perfect. Yeah, if you want to hop on that link that I sent you, I will let you in the stream, and we can salvage the AMA. So, yeah, no problem. Elias, is it Elias or Ilias? Just give me a thumbs up if Elias is correct, or a thumbs down if Elias is not correct. I want to pronounce your name correctly. But yeah, no, totally fine. All right.
Hey, James.
Hey, Vinny, how's it going, brother?
How's it going? Sorry about Lonzo. He had like a big personal issue.
Oh, hey, no worries. So I know how it goes. That's what happens when you do live, right? Is things always get changed around, all sorts of problems. So no worries. Thank you for hopping on, being flexible.
Yeah, no problem. I'm happy to be here.
All right. Well, if you wouldn't mind by starting by just kind of introducing yourself and kind of maybe a little bit of your background.
Yeah. Let me just open my camera. Yes, perfect. So my name is Vini. I'm from Brazil. I've been in crypto since 2015, but I stopped for a while because I lost a lot of money in a Ponzi. And then I've come back to crypto in 2020. been working for a lot of different projects since 2020, and I met Lonzo like in the beginning of 2020. I've been talking and throwing ideas about create something new that would change the idea that you need to use a lot of different platforms. Alonso just joined us. That's perfect.
The man himself, Lonzo. How you doing, brother?
Oh man, how are you guys? Sorry that I'm late to the party. Time zones, work, everything just.
Yep. Nope. No problem at all. So it actually gave me a good
Lonzo?
chance to kind of catch up with my audience, and they always have questions about other projects. So
Awesome, man.
yeah, so it's good. Lonzo, Vinny was just kind of giving a little bit of his background. Would you mind, Lonzo, introducing yourself and giving some of your background also?
Awesome, man. So, hi, my name is Lonzo. So, I'm the founder of Sphynx Labs. I've been in crypto since about 2017. Started development around 2 years now. My background is security risk. I was working at one of the big four for about 8 years before started to switch everything up and pretty much go all in crypto and Sphinx really. We've been working on Sphinx for close to a year now, trying to do something a bit different. You know, we're here to build product rather than shill just a coin, you know, for a short while. So yeah, man, looking forward to discussing Sphinx and just kind of spreading the word out.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, yeah, thanks for hopping on. Really appreciate it. Could you kind of give, so like your headline here is a revolutionary DeFi ecosystem, all-in-one solution for trading, farming, staking, and holding. Could you kind of just talk about what your vision is for Sphinx? What is it?
So crypto is early. We're all early in crypto. Right now, the onboarding for crypto, it's just too hard. You know, like for someone who's never bought crypto or doesn't understand too much about crypto, to just send them like a contract address and expecting them to buy the BNB or ETH or wherever, put it into a Web3 wallet, connect to a decentralized exchange, put in the right address into the swap, put the right slippage, understand that there's going to be taxes or and everything. It's not going to happen. And if you were to teach someone, chances are they're going to come and ask you 100 questions tomorrow and so on and so on. So there's one aspect. There's the let's say the onboarding. The other aspect is okay. Let's say now that you've bought something that you want to buy on the BSC. Cool. Now you've figured it out. Now let's say you want to go buy something on a different chain. You're gonna have to go through the whole motions again. Download a different application, buy a different thing. Learn about if you don't have that, you got to learn about bridging, and then that's a whole different platform. So let's just say the step from purchasing crypto, like actual, let's say BNB for the first time, to exchanging it to a Bet20 token, it's too long. Like from A to Z, there's too many steps involved. So this is where Sphinx starts to come into play. So let's say right now, if we wanted to buy something on Ethereum or Binance, just that you'd need to go through two platforms, just within that. Connect to PancakeSwap or Uniswap. Now let's say I want to check the chart. You're going to have to go to two other platforms. So with that, Sphinx comes in and you can do anything and everything. You're not just viewing charts on different chains. You're not just buying and selling tokens on different chains. You're doing everything. Trading, staking, farming, entering pre-sales, bridge, NFT marketplace, and all the different utilities. We've got our own mobile extension. PC extension and mobile application. So with the mobile application, that's where we kind of take it to another level, which is there is no dab application that you can just connect and not even connect, just open an app and start browsing, where you can actually purchase tokens, stake tokens, farm tokens into pre-sales without even having to enter a URL across the different chains. I'm not talking just one chain, I'm talking multiple chains. So right now we've launched on BSC, and we've also launched on a chain called Brise. So with Brise, you have, this is a new blockchain that's been out for what now? 6 weeks now, Vinny? So we became the official DEX of the Brise chain. So with that, we have about 10 projects already listed on our decentralized exchange. And now I think we're trading about $500,000 per day on that chain. And that's only been 4 weeks. Now, people have found Brise. And now, the people that are finding Brise are the people that have come from what we've created from the BSC community. So every time we go to a new community or a new network, we take our people with us and grow that one. So in the end, you're going to have massive communities, but all from one platform, because it makes sense. I don't want to be sitting there having to connect my wallet to these new webs, to these new dabs, when I'm going to be doing the same thing that I was doing on another one. It's just that this one looks a bit prettier, or this one's going to do something. Well, cool. Let's all just do it from one place. I'm new. I want to be able to, when I send an investment for anybody, it's going to be a generic thing. You don't even have to kind of tell them, hey, you download it. No, just use Sphynx. Oh, but it's on this chain. Oh, that's all good. It's available on Sphynx. Yeah, but I don't have a wallet. Oh, don't worry. Sphynx has the wallet. Yeah, but I really, really just want to farm. Like I said, it's available on Sphynx. Stop annoying me. Download it and stop asking questions, because it's all there. And that's really the reality, honestly. Like when I told people that this is what I'm going to be doing, they all laughed. They all said, oh, you can't do it. You can't do this. It's not possible. Now people are saying, can we also add this? Can we please just add this? This is really nice. Can we just make this one? And that's really what we wanted to create. We wanted to create a platform where if you were to go on it, you find the things that you like. And if I go on it, I find the things I like. And maybe I'm going to start liking your things because the things that you like, I wasn't really exposed to it before, because it was on a platform that I never really cared about, or I was never exposed to. And honestly, this is really what it is. If you take out all the little things that we've put in, it's really all the good things from everything. We're not trying to say, oh my God, we created this amazing thing. No. And it's not about who created it. It's just about who's doing it better. Just like how we are trying to stay ahead of the curve because people are trying to look at us and be like, oh, we can do this better than Sphynx. Just that's what we're doing too. We're keeping ourselves, because we know what's out there. But what I like to say is I have the original key. So when you try to change the door or anything, I'm going to still have the key. I'm the only one that can open it because the lock key is with me. So when you get to there and then you're like, sweet, I got to the door, I'm the only one that can go through. And once I go through, they can all come through because they don't know the next move that I'm going to be playing. Because every time we're doing something, we just release it. We don't tell them. We don't need to, because this is what we are. We're here to build product. I'm not here to just, create some hype and whatever and tell these people and then, oh, here it is, guys. Nah, we build it, we test it, we let people use it, and then we go and tell everybody about it. Once everybody's happy and it's all good and everything, and we go out to market. And that's kind of been the vision since we've started. And yeah, man, that's
okay.
That's kind of like where we're at.
That's awesome. So that's super interesting. Do you guys have plans for fiat to crypto bridge as well?
Yeah, so that's with our mobile application. So we're partnering up with third-party providers where you can just pretty much, that's it. You buy crypto directly onto your wallet and vice versa. Just withdraw it back.
Okay, very cool. So if I'm understanding right, so usually if I want to get into crypto, I have to go to Binance.us and I have to buy my crypto and then I have to send it over to KuCoin to actually buy the coins I actually want. Then I need to send it to MetaMask. Then if I want to do yield farming, I need to go over to PancakeSwap and I need to swap it for what I'm looking for. And then maybe I'll do my liquidity pool here, or maybe my yield farm is somewhere else, and then I have to go there and connect that to the right wallet. And maybe it's actually on Polygon. So now I have to find a BSC to Polygon bridge, and I don't even know. So I'll have to read about how to do that. And you're saying your vision is kind of to put that all under just one place where they
So
can...
that's where it is, right? So in right next to connect, you got the icon. Switch that to BSC, to Brise, for example. I've just introduced you to the Brise.
Yay, I'm in.
So just like that, you've switched networks and you've got everything exactly the same.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, that is super slick. So yeah, if you're able to pull this off, like that's what do you think the biggest challenges are that you've run into so far that you think you might run into?
The challenges was just the FUD, honestly. Before, people thinking like we're just selling air. That was the FUD. Now there is no FUD, honestly. Like now it's just a patience thing. Like people have just been patiently waiting for us to just keep delivering. Like we can't build everything overnight, but we're building things at a pretty fast rate. Like since October, man. Like we don't have funding, like VC funding or anything. Like this is just, I and Vinny just door knocking, telling people who the hell we are. Real old school, real old school. Like we're grinding out here. We're not here to just, like I said, sell a token or whatever. We're genuinely here just to build product, because that's really what we're about, man. Like we see like a very bright like future for crypto, and we want to be one of the kind of like the pioneers shaping it into what we want it to be. I don't want it to be just slowly all converting to centralized. No, I'm still want to keep pushing for the decentralized. There's going to be some centralized, let's say, things at a high level where it becomes like the legal stuff. But when it comes to operation, I'm keeping this stuff fully decentralized, the way it should be, the way I understand crypto, the way I'm sure everybody understands crypto or decides to get into crypto. And I think as times go on and as people realize the real importance of actually, owning your assets, you actually have presence, and you can control it at any time, at any place, because even like a centralized exchange, at any time that they can just pause withdrawals, because let's say that there's a crash, and then they're not going to just let you sell. That hurts them. And if they're going to say, oh well, we've paused withdrawals on X, who are you going to go to? The police? The government? Like who? Nobody. But that's still because that's still centralized. But in a decentralized, we don't own a single thing. The wallet, non-custodial. You are the owner, not me. You have keys ever. You lose those keys, nobody gets access ever again. That's the beauty of decentralized. Like to be able to use, buy something like, and you fully own it 100%. It's on paper, it's on the blockchain. It's a forever statement. It's better than I promise you, any contract that you sign in the real world that can just, at the end of the day, get some top-notch lawyer, switch some few words around, get the right judge, change the verdict, rich get richer. Decentralized, that can't happen. You know, there's like, I'll give you a perfect example. Let's say that like, for example, some pre-sales happen on our launchpad. So our launchpad on BSC is raised over 1.5 million. On Brise, our launchpad is raised over 1.5 billion as well. Oh, million, but billion soon, I promise. So people enter a pre-sale or something, and my platform, well, like I said, top to bottom decentralized. There's no function that even allows it to be centralized. All my contracts go through Certic. So right from the beginning, when Sphynx first emerged, I had a very long discussion with Certic and decided that, you know, I wanted the partnership with them, and then they were willing to get into partnership just from seeing what we're trying to do here. You know, we are here to build product. They saw that from the beginning. It wasn't like they were just contracting a token smart contract. They were auditing full-blown utility smart contracts, which, you know, for them gets them excited, and for us gives us the credibility that we definitely need, especially coming up, you know. So we have, you know, projects that come onto the launchpad, and then they say they launch and it doesn't go well, or they want to refund some people. You know, a lot of them message us asking, I want to refund this person, or how come the money is not coming here? Or let's say that they're during the pre-sale, at this moment they've raised 50 BNB. After a few moments, that BNB tally's gone down to 40. What happens then is some people emergency withdrew. People don't understand that, you know, that's what you're allowed to do when it's a decentralized world. It's not like I gave it to you and then I have to wait to ask for it back. No, you have access to it at any time, at any moment. And, you know, if they launch, it goes live, then you can trade it. But if it doesn't, then it's still available for you to withdraw. And that's been like one of the biggest kind of wake up for a lot of these like project owners that come in and see that, oh, I want to raise a pre-sale, and why am I not seeing the money in my wallet? And I'm like, well, it's not meant to come into your wallet. You haven't launched yet. He's like, no, but on all the other launch pads, it comes to your wallet. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, that's not how it's supposed to be. Like, what stops you from just taking the BNB and not launching? So why does it not come in my wallet?
That's funny.
So yeah, so honestly, like, and that's really what we've been trying to build. That's really what, like, where we're heading, and we just keep growing. You know, like our dabs are growing, our chains that we're supporting are growing, and all the little pieces are finally coming together that people have just been waiting for.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the wallet that you have coming out? It seems like people are pretty excited about that.
Yeah. So basically, we've got two. We've got a desktop extension, so a Chrome extension, which is similar to what you'd have like on MetaMask. How I like to explain things is, you know, we've built everything ourselves. We've built everything on our own source code. So the beauty of what we've actually achieved is our dabs talk to each other in the same language. I'm not relying on another man's code to run my ship. So if MetaMask closes tomorrow, what is everybody going to do? What are all these dabs going to do? Right? Because we don't own that code, you know? So that's one of the reasons. But most importantly, everything's about user experience, you know? I stick to things because it's easy, simple, and it does what it needs to do. It's not overly complex. It's not unnecessary, and it doesn't have just little things. It's got, honestly, more than enough. So with our Web3 wallet, it's essentially just like how you'd have a MetaMask wallet, but with an extra layer of security that we've put in. So little things like having to insert like a 4-digit PIN when you want to make a transaction. Just for example, if you had two wallets, where one you simply just do your everyday trading, and one is where you hold your assets. For example, for that wallet, any transaction that would require you to withdraw or transfer would require an extra PIN. So for you, instead of having to have all these crazy locks and everything on your phone, a simple thing like that, where if you were to send this a BNB from that wallet to your other wallet, enter a PIN. So if you were to get hacked, if your seed phrase was to get taken because somebody saw it, another layer, which is simple. We didn't do too much. All we just added is another layer. But for somebody who's been hacked, for somebody who's super paranoid, adding these little things is gonna mean the world to them. But it's also when they experience using this with our dab, and the comparison that you get compared to what you would on another wallet. Because like I said, most importantly, the language speaks to each other. And when people actually understand that, it's not easy to do that, because obviously each dab has its own functionalities and everything. But I'm talking the foundation, when it's the same. Like I know this for a fact, because the people that I have testing it for me, I've got them testing MetaMask using the staking, the farming, and the swaps, and I've got my people testing the Sphynx on that, and it's daylight difference, top to bottom difference. You can see the experience from using a other Web3 wallet on our platform to our own wallet. You can see it, it from the efficiency, from the speed, and from the response. It's not just about, let's say, connecting to my dApp. It's just any dApp. Like it's standard. That's why I like to say, I've spoiled my people by letting them straight off the bat, when we launch, you can use your mobile, you can use your PC, you can use Trust Wallet, you can use MetaMask. That's honestly, it's not very common. Like, especially to have everything working right off the beginning on mobile and PC. Till this day, I know huge projects that you can only use the computer to do something for one of their utilities. Like, till now. Because I promise you, it's not as a plug and play. Like, it's not like a widget that you just download and you're like, oh yeah, here you go. You just connect your MetaMask. So that's one aspect of our wallet, like the fact that it connects everything. The language makes it a better user experience. The UI, you get a better kind of overview of your portfolio, rather than just a list of like these random, tokens with all these like massive billion-dollar numbers. And secondly, it's more like the mobile application. So the mobile app, I don't know about you, but for me, anything that has an app that I like, I download. I don't really just go type in a URL and think. If there's an app, like for example, ESPN, I download the ESPN app. I don't go on ESPN.com, like, Sky, anything. So that's the same mentality. So with the Sphynx application, that is your wallet. You download, you can create a wallet, you can import a wallet, you can import your MetaMask wallet, you can import your Trust wallet, anything. You can do the same thing. But then you don't have to do that. Connect, yes, agree, no more. And just that in itself, no issues when you enter pre-sales, no issues when you want to buy and sell, no issues when you want to farm and stake, no issues when you want to bridge. Am I on this the right network? Have I added this? Everything talks to another without you having to make it talk. And that's the edge that we have. Because, after, like, let's say, from here on, it's like we have our full ecosystem at the finger of your hands. When you say you can just download Sphynx from a mobile like app store or Play Store, like it's as a project you get listed. Like, sorry, you want to launch on Sphynx, you know, what difference is it listing on Sphynx than it would be listing on a Six? What's so special about a Six? It's got a mobile app. It's accessible, easy. Literally no difference. But the advantage is it's all decentralized.
Very cool. So we have a really good question here from Leozilla, who always has really good questions. So I understand what the project does, basically all in one-stop shop. How do we make money here? So my audience is wanting to know, how do we make money?
Liquidity provider token. That's what we are.
What was that?
We're a liquidity provider token. So Pancake, how do people make money off investing into Cake or Uniswap? You're not trading that anymore. So Sphynx is an investment, not a flip. You make money here through investing. You're not going to just, you can make money flipping tokens on Sphynx, but Sphynx itself as the token, it's a liquidity provider token. You provide us liquidity, you get rewards. Just like you would on Uniswap, just like you would on PancakeSwap, just like you would on any liquidity provider. So that's really well. So this is the big message that I need to get across, right? As a DEX, it requires liquidity. I want to come and trade my BNB to BUSD. Where's the BUSD coming from? I want to change my BUSD to USDC. Where is the USDC coming from? It needs liquidity. We are a DEX, a decentralized exchange. We're not just a swap. We're not just a chart. You know, to do the things that you need to do requires liquidity. And for people to provide liquidity, I need to give them rewards. So to have rewards, I need to basically mint tokens as the rewards. And with our burn mechanisms, it sustains our supply at around 1 billion. Similar to how you have it on PancakeSwap, similar how you have it to Uniswap, everything. The people what need to understand is with Sphynx, when we go on a new chain, we have to have a new supply because we need liquidity. And to have liquidity, like I said, I need to reward people. I need to, you know, give them something in return. So with that, we reward them in Sphynx. So with the BSC side as well, so you see on the top left-hand corner, you got swap fee rewards. So with that, 50% of that goes back to our holders. So originally we had it set up as like let's say our long-term plan is to have that every week go out to all the Sphynx BSC holders. So if you hold Sphynx BSC, you would get basically based on how much you own of the supply, you would get a cut of those rewards. And where does those rewards come from? That's from the whole ecosystem. So buying and selling, people entering pre-sales, the wallet with the fees and everything, the bridge fees and everything, all that stuff goes into, let's say, a bucket, which is your revenue pool. And then I own 1% of the supply. So at the end of each payment, I would get 1% of whatever's in there. You earn X amount, you get X amount. So that's really the two ways that you can make money from Sphynx.
Okay, so the most simple way would just be buying some of the token, right? And so somebody's asking, can you please explain slippage if not done already? I understand the basics, but a lot of newbies would not. So do you want to talk through what kind of slippage you need and stuff like that?
I hate this question because even for me, it's hard to kind of, basically it's how I like to say is when you have an open market is, correct me if I'm wrong, Vinny, when I explain this, but basically it's, in my language, I like to say it's how much are you willing to give up for this trade? That's it. Like, you have tax as one thing, but slippage is always 1 or 2% above tax. But how much of it are you willing to give up? Because slippage, let's say, is a supply and demand factor. So if people are buying, or selling, your slippage has to increase for your transaction to go through. Because basically, you can't, if I'm accepting to sell at a 13% slippage, I can't come in and try to sell at 13. I have to go one up because this one will go before me. So if I put it at 14, I would go through, and then this transaction would this transaction would leave the it's like the mining pool of when the transactions are getting confirmed. It would kind of just get pushed to the side, and the one with the 14 would slip in earlier. So it's really just how much are you willing to kind of, like I said, sacrifice to make your trade go through.
Okay. Nope. I think that was a pretty good explanation, I think. So for people who are wanting to get involved, they can come here and connect to BSC, and you just swap some BNB for some Sphynx.
Yep.
You can set your swap to auto, and then you should get some tokens. Make sure you leave a little bit in your wallet for gas fees. Then can you talk a little bit about the staking pools that are available for Sphynx?
Yeah, so we've got two versions, right? So we've got our own staking pools, and we actually onboard other projects to come create these staking pools. So you for staking, single staking, you just buy Sphynx, and you can enter 4 of the options. So you got a 3-day lock, just a manual pool, which you have to harvest your rewards, and then you've got the 60-day lock and the 180-day lock. So just with that, there is a fee if you do get out early. That's just because, the APR is high. We're trying to protect the project, and similar to how you'd go at a bank. You want to get out your money early. Well, then there's a fee. So that's just something to bear in mind. But yeah, you basically give us your tokens, you lock them in, and depending on the APY, you'd get Sphynx tokens as a reward. So if you start with 100K and then you lock it in for 180 days, basically you'd walk out with about 150,000. So you'd make 50,000 tokens just for keeping them locked up in there, just like an interest saving account. That's how it is.
Okay, gotcha. And then can you talk about the NFT pools?
Yeah, so no, that's fine. So we've got NFTs. So similar to staking, you can buy your NFT, and our NFTs on the BSC side has 2 utilities. So they give you whitelist to our launchpad, and they can be staked. So with staking, similar to single staking, you stake your NFT and then you start earning Sphynx.
Okay, very cool. And then just as I was looking around, so I noticed you have like a pre-sale directory.
Yeah.
So are these all projects that you can get into right now?
So these projects either tried to have a pre-sale and then they couldn't raise, or they were raised. So if you go to page 2, I think we've had it. Look, there's more successful. These are more the recent ones that just came. Yeah, so we've got a bunch here that raised and are going strong.
Okay, very cool. And then someone's asking to know more about Sphynx TV.
Yeah, so we haven't really kind of spoken too much about it because this is something that we've just been working on in the back since the kind of beginning. So there hasn't been too much detail, so I'll kind of just leave it at that. But the overview of it is like, just imagine YouTube, imagine Twitch, imagine NFTs combined. And that's kind of like, I'll let your mind sit on that till we release more info.
Okay, all right. So that sounds like something in the future. So maybe that's a good question, is what's on like the near roadmap? Like what are the next things coming out?
Yeah, so within the next 1 or 2 months, our mobile app and wallet extension will be released. So we're in the process of getting them up on Play Store and App Store, but given the magnitude of what we're doing, it's not a walk in the park. So we're pretty much nearly there. It's all like the little documents, things that I know about, but like if you're gonna need to tell me a bit more to get me to do what you need me to do, kind of thing. So it's just a bunch of stuff that they're waiting on that we submitted. So yeah, in the short term, we've got our mobile app, we've got our wallet extension, and we've got our chains that we're going on. So we've got Crow that we're going to be supporting soon. We've got Nair that we're going to be supporting soon. And there was a new chain that approached me 48 hours ago, brand new chain, and they want Sphynx to be the official DEX on that chain as well. So what I tell you today might be different in about 8 weeks, because honestly, every day is a new day here. Like, I nearly forgot about this AMA. I thought it was honestly like still Monday, like Wednesday for me.
No problem. I'm glad you were able to hop on.
Yeah, man. But yeah, honestly, there's just so much going on. So we got more listing exchanges.
Can you talk about the card?
Integrations. Yeah, man. Like, our team is huge, honestly, bro. Like, we've got 17 developers and about 16 people, like, part of the community, mod supervisors, and then we've got like another about 7 to 8 sales reps. Like, it's a big ship here, right?
Yeah, for sure. Could you? Some people are asking if you could talk about the card.
So Sphynx Visa, basically Sphynx Pay, Sphynx Visa. Yeah, so similar to how you'd have a normal credit card. Basically, the credit card will get loaded up directly with Sphynx. So Sphynx would be the main currency on the card. So that's something that, again, we've been working on and kind of want to roll it out close to or shortly after the app release. So it'll come hand in hand with that. So few things that we wanted to integrate. We wanted to integrate Apple Pay into the wallet, so you can just pay for things through the wallet. All these little things, but again, these are all coming, I promise. But it has to come like here. I can't just give it all, because it doesn't work like that. I tried it. I tried to just, let's do it. But it just doesn't work like that. But given where we are now, given how much we've actually developed and how much we actually can control, because like I said, the issue before was we couldn't do what we wanted to do because we couldn't control a lot of the code. We had to make our code fit around their code. And that's not really, and when you're trying to do something what we're trying to do, which is honestly, like, you can't compare Sphynx to any project. You can compare an aspect of Sphynx to a project, but as a whole, nobody can touch it. Nobody, because nothing's even come close or can come close. And if they can, even if they did, we're going to be miles ahead, because we wanted to build with this a year ago. Trust me, what I want to build that's going to be ready in a year, no one is anticipating. Just like, when I say we're going to be doing this, people are like, it's too ambitious. You're just a kid with a dream. I do something about it. That's the difference. I don't sleep on my stuff. People sleep on me, but I don't sleep on my thing. Trust me. People tell me all the time, nah, man, that's too much. Are you sure? My reply is, watch how this is gonna go down. My issue before was I used to overthink, is it, promise you, anything can be done if you just do it. All this, all this energy that comes out, what's the point, bro? Nothing. It's not gonna achieve anything, you being so negative. But if you stay positive and you believe in what you've actually built, which is, like not a lot of people even know this, but I've been approached for people to buy our code, stone cold. No other deal. They just wanted to buy our source code. And I promise, and when you can ask Vinny, I told him, I was like, this is just to confirm, and for myself, my peace of mind, that we're on to something. If people are here knowing that they would rather just buy it because they've obviously tried to go and do it. Before you go give an offer to something, you obviously try to go and do it. So then when you give them an offer, you already kind of know how much it would be if you went and did it on yourself. But there's two things: too much, and they don't have time. That's why we are, like I said, we know what the hell we're doing. We've come from a background of actually building products. Not like we're not learning how to build a product through crypto. We've bought in the real world from our own experiences. We've all gone to uni, we've all gone degrees, we've all gone and done the hard yards and grinded 70, 80-hour weeks to get that badge. Yeah, I have work experience. Like, we've grinded that. We know what hard work is, and we apply the same thing without basically our project. We've got structure top to bottom. We've got roster top to bottom. We've got payroll top to bottom. It's not just a token that we're all just living off the hype, hopium, or whatever people want to call it. It's a revenue generating model. There's no one buying the token. There's money coming in. People loading up, swapping and trading. There's fees. People onboarding projects. There's fees, and so on and so on. Like, there's fees coming in to keep our ship running, so we can continue to keep building and doing what we want to do, because that's really what I keep reiterating on. We're here just to build product. Like, it's not about like, oh, this is the price, or people will use it. The price will be reflected with time. Binance didn't become Binance overnight. Binance took like how many years? Crypto.com, how many? I'm not talking months, years, months, and we all know one day in crypto feels like a month in the real world. So if I told you a whole year in crypto, how long do you think those investors felt like? They probably feel like they're like about to retire, and and they're probably like 30. But that's really what, the message and what we're trying to do here. Like, people, I want people to use our platform, not just because I'm trying to be like, oh, I'm trying to make money. No, it makes sense. You as an investor, you want to, as crypto grows, as all these chains grow, you don't want to be jumping from this chain to this chain, this launchpad, this. You're gonna lose money. You're gonna miss out on making money, and most importantly, you're gonna hate what you're doing. Because if there's too much, it's just like you having a real job and 100 people telling you to do 100 things. You're not gonna like it. It's too stressful. But if I was to tell you, cool, what if you did everything across those 10 chains from one platform? Just download this app.
Yeah, it's very cool. Very
download this app. Like, you got stress, download this app. You want to play a sport, download.
Well, can we ask a question to Vinny? Vinny, you are the CMO. Is that correct? What are the marketing plans? I assume that's Chief Marketing Officer, not something else, or else this question won't make any sense. But what do you guys have planned marketing wise to get? This is a big project. So how do you get this out to the masses?
Yeah, so today we've been looking around what we have as a product and trying to create a beautiful plot around it. So the plot, people need to look at these things and have a good feeling about it. So when you talk about marketing, people think that it's just chilling, it's just like YouTubers, just Twitter. No, it's to create like a good platform. It's about to create a good feeling about everything. So I've been working with Lonzo and B to change some things that I think that will be better to people look at it and have a good feeling about it. So we have I have some strategies about, of course, about YouTubers, about Twitter to get it exposed to a lot of people. But I've been working on like to create that, to build something like that, like a good place, a good plot that people will love to hear about it. So when Lonzo talks about the project, he can express it with his words because he truly believes in Sphinx. He built Sphinx, so he understands what's going on. So when people look at it, they need to have the same feeling without hearing Lonzo. You know what I mean? So this is super important, and this is what I've been working on. I have some other roles and things as well, so I'm in touch with Alonso every day to change some, to give some tips, to change some things. We've been working on a lot of different stuffs that they will be able to look in the next few days or weeks. And the guy, like, not just me, Alonso as well, and me of course, but we've been like, I've been in touch with some good partners and maybe, who knows, VC. So let's see what's going on.
Okay, very cool. Well, we better finish up here. We've been going for an hour, and actually, I have to take off pretty soon.
That's all right.
But
Sorry, I was late.
no, totally fine. So this was great. I'm glad that we waited and talked through it. So that's awesome. Do you want to just maybe talk a little bit about the chart and just kind of give your thoughts on token price and kind of, I know we don't know the future, but just your thoughts on how things have gone so far and going forward?
Yeah. So honestly, I look at the chart. It's an educational piece for me myself, because to me it feels like for the first half people were understanding what we were doing. For the second half, people weren't really understanding what we are doing. So when we had the relaunch and everything, people ride that hype of new token, new this, and then it obviously creates this hype. But there has to be a form of consolidation, like, and I always say the higher you go, the bigger the fall. So you can see it within like 3 days, it went from like 3 million closer to 20 million. And in the BSC, honestly, not trying to, down talk projects or whatever, but that's the reality. Like, you can't really control how the BSC investors are. So the ones that are selling, they're the ones that actually see the whole vision of where Sphynx is going. And as all it's going to take is obviously like a catalyst, and we've got a whole bunch, honestly. We've got the applications and the utilities that are coming out, and it's once that swap fee rewards becomes a number and then it starts being redistributed to people, it's gonna create a lot of headlines, because when people realize, like, you're not just an investor anymore, you're actually a shareholder of this big piece. Because the more money the whole ecosystem, regardless of how much, you're still going to get paid. Not just as from the token price, I'm talking from a revenue side. So I think when more bigger investors, people who actually not just in crypto, but people are looking for a real life investment based, but with a crypto technology, when they come across this, it's going to make a lot of sense to them, because it's got a lot of real world terminologies and models for them to understand. I can't just tell them, oh, it's just DeFi. Well, people in DeFi barely understand DeFi. So I'm not going to expect people who've never been in DeFi to come in. So that's really, where we've kind of starting to push our energy towards. Once our application gets released, we've got some big marketing campaigns to really put Sphynx out there and to grow two things. Like I said, our user base and to help our price. But our price is our price. That's not something I'm losing sleep over, because I know if you're a holder, you're going to get rewarded from the rewards more than what you'd ever probably make just trading this token, because you can make let's say 20K off your flip. You've converted, let's say 5K to 20K. But I promise you, if you kept that 5K in with and your bag is worth 20K, and you're just taking out the rewards, you will make 20K more consecutively than you trying to flip 5K to 20K. And that's the mentality that I'm trying to get these investors to understand. So you want to treat Sphynx as a job. Sphynx works for you. You invest in it, it will give you money back. But as any job, you need to take care of it. It's not just going to forever run itself. There's every now and then you need to spend some money on maintenance, service, get it some new shoes, some new wheels. It's a job, it's like a business. You got to spend a little bit of money. I can't just give. If everybody little just gives a little, we can all give a lot. But it can't just be give. So, like I said, with time, with more people coming in, with more projects coming in, with more transactions happening, more people downloading the mobile app, more people using the wallet, the brand grows, the price grows, and then that's it. You've made it. You've become a whale. You've entered this project that's hit 1,000x, and you haven't sold it. Now you're good. Like, well done. But that doesn't stop there, because from there we've got plans with the Sphynx token itself. Like I said, we've got plans, with the Visa Pay and everything. But I promise you, like, my mind isn't restricted to just that. Like, what the next level, for those who know, and I know that they think I'm crazy, but that next level, that's it. That's when we'll have this video again, and then I'll be like, James, I hope you got in. Because there's no going back,
Yeah.
What we're building is real. People can see it. And like I said, there's a new chain that chains are messaging us to come on board. They see the value. They see what we bring. We're not just, yeah, maybe, or whatever. Like for once, we can do things on our terms. And believe it or not, we're actually one of the best people to work with. Like, to say that, like, people probably, like, the partners now, like, what? People are going to get a better deal than us? Like, how is that possible? But, like, honestly, like, that's what makes me... That's my... when people are, like, what do you measure things up against? That's really what we measure everything up on. The fact that, we're not having to go out and seek projects anymore. I'm talking... A blockchain is coming to us to want our utility to, support their chain. If people are hearing this for the first time, honestly, that means a lot in crypto, and especially as a developer. Like, for people to genuinely want to say, yo, we want our chain, not our project, our chain to be supported by your dad. Yeah, we've done a good job, I feel. Like, we all want to be compared to so and so and so. And soon enough, projects are going to be like, well, you're not like Sphynx. And I'm not trying to be like cocky or whatever, but this is just like us. Just like how I compare things, the same things people compare things. And that's really what we want to be getting to. We want to be one of the best, if not the best. Not with everything, but in majority, because we've built everything at a user level where any user can use it. It's not built just for a developer or some mathematician who knows how to calculate APY or whatever. No, whether you've been investing for the last 4 years or whether you've just downloaded MetaMask today, you should have the same feel when you jump on our platform.
Very cool. Well, hey, I've got to run.
Sorry.
No, totally fine. I'm happy. I'd love to have you back sometime. You actually make for very easy AMAs because I don't really have to do much. I can just say, Lonzo, go, and then I can mute it. And
Mute him. He's talking
yep,
too much.
and then good to go. So no, I appreciate you coming on, and sorry about the time mix up. And
Nah, man. Honestly, sorry from my end, man. I really apologize.
yeah, no problem at all. So, and I put the links for people to kind of check it out. So again, hop in. You guys don't have a Discord, correct? So hop in Telegram, read through the Git book, and yeah, figure out if this is something. It's very ambitious. So I think the biggest thing is going to be, can they accomplish what they're setting out to accomplish? And so there's always the risk reward ratio of you can wait and see, oh, they accomplished what they're looking to accomplish. But then the price will be, I mean, if they hit $1 billion market cap, the price is going to be much, much, much higher than it is now. So the alternative is you can get in now, and there's more risk. There's a chance they might not be able to accomplish all they're trying to do. But if you're in early, you're able to, capitalize on that. So that's kind of how I look at investments like this. So thank you guys so much. Thanks, Vinny, for stepping in. Appreciate you. And thank you, Lonzo. Happy to have you guys back anytime.
Love it, man. Thank you so much, man.
All right. Take care. And thank you, audience. Appreciate all you guys. Again, we can't do AMAs unless you guys come watch. So appreciate you guys as well.
Take care.
So thanks, everybody.